Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Please welcome to the August 17th, 2020 meeting of the Town of Dover Planning Board. Today's meeting has been convened in accordance with the Governor's March 13th, 2020 Executive Order 202.1, which suspends certain provisions of the Open Meetings Law to allow a municipal board to convene a meeting via video conferencing. In accordance with the executive order, the public has been provided with the ability to view the meeting, and a transcript will be provided at a later date. I have confirmed that this meeting has been duly noticed. We have fulfilled our legal notice requirements by posting notice at Town Hall, providing notice of the meeting to local news organizations, and posting notice on the town's website. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the first item on the agenda is Route 22 Mini Golf. This is a continuation of the public hearing that we opened at the last meeting. Since then, we've received a response from the county, and we'll discuss that as well as the EAF and any additional comments regarding the application. I make a motion to open the public hearing. May I have a second?
Second.
Tamar, all in favor? The secretary will poll the members.
Val,
Aye.
Ryan,
Aye.
Peter,
Was that me?
Peter,
Oh, Peter, you're still mute.
Peter.
yeah.
Up.
Okay, Peter,
Hi, yeah.
Tamar,
Aye.
William,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Okay, the hearing is open.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fast beat.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I covered for you, Peter.
Thank you.
It was a Peter. Well, actually, there isn't a vote required to open the hearing or to close it, but we traditionally do that anyway. So now the applicant will give us, just for context, a short recap of the project, and then we'll discuss back and forth the letter that we got from the county. We'll discuss it and the board can weigh in or ask questions. So, Mr. Sander.
All right, everyone, we're here again. This is Peter Sander from Renia Engineering, representing the applicant. Just to give you guys a brief recap, the applicant is proposing a miniature golf on a 1.5 acre within the Hamlet mixed-use zoning district. The parcel already contains a multifamily residence, an ice cream parlor, and a food truck. The proposal will provide an 18-hole miniature golf course to the eastern portion of the site, located behind uses as shown. Part of the proposed expansion is one, the 18 holes of miniature golf, which is approximately 7,700 square feet of playing area. It also includes a 93.5 square foot starter house, associated landscaping and plantings, and a decorative fence to delineate the area. Based on, we haven't really provided many revisions to the site plan. It's fairly straightforward. We provided a site plan or a lighting plan to show the extent of the proposed lighting, as well as all our associated details. Other than that, really the project hasn't changed all that much. And we look forward to hearing the board's comments. We did prepare a response to the Dutchess County Department of Planning comments, and I can either go through that with you guys now, or we can discuss it first. I just don't know how best to proceed. So I'll leave that one up to you guys.
Okay, well, that sounds, if you've already prepared a response,
Mhm.
you could go ahead and take each point and then we'll see if anyone else would like to weigh in on.
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen with the letter from the county. And then if you want, Peter, you can go through each that way. Does that work?
Gotcha.
All right, hang on a second. Okay, it's coming up now.
All right, perfect. All right, so comment letter from Brad Barkley, who's a senior planner with the Dutchess County Department of Planning. Looks like he's revisited the site, and so we just prepared a formal response. I'll email our official response out after this meeting, but I'll summarize the letter and our responses to him. Basically, his comment letter was summarized into 3 main points. One was that he wanted to explore the possibility of providing an access drive between the 2 parking lots. The next is he made a comment about our parking calculations, the gravel area. And the last comment he made was that about landscaping along New York State Route 22. So our comment for the first regarding the proposed access drive between the 2 parking lots. For starters, is that we would not have enough space for the access drive, considering we would have to provide at least a 12-foot or 12-foot in width access drive that would connect the 2 parking areas. On top of that, we would also need to account for residence entrance, the existing deck, and also provide another sidewalk that would connect the 2 parking areas. That would make the projects the end of the proposed access drive extend 24 feet out towards the miniature golf course. This definitely overlaps the existing holes, so we'd end up having to reconfigure the lot, which we've already done a really good job in condensing due to the 100-foot adjacent wetland area, which really limits our development. Also, our sewage system that was just newly installed is in that area, so we would end up having to alter the sewage system to allow for driving traffic to go over it, and then also go back to the Dutchess County Department of Health and get approvals for that. Would not be, I don't think they would appreciate that, considering they just approved it. And then this is all based off the assumption that the access drive would end up creating a more safer parking areas. We kind of take exception to this because if an access drive is connecting the 2 parking areas, that would mean that that there would be no pedestrian area between the lots, which they would be able to pass without having to cross a busy roadway. So any pedestrian trying to get from either the northern parking area to the southern parking area or vice versa would end up having to cross that new access drive, which I believe, whereas we have clear pedestrian areas where there are no cars going to be shown or going to be driving. So I think our layout is actually pretty safe as is. Another thing he mentioned was that there was a majority of young drivers coming in that area. I don't if anyone's ever visited the site during its business hours, doesn't seem to be the case, where it seems like a vast majority of demographics is showing old, young. I personally have only observed older people in that area. So I don't think that the young drivers is really as much a concern as made out to be in this letter. The next comment, moving on, was that they questioned the parking calcs for that existing, or for the existing driveway or gravel portion where there's lots. So we've already discussed parking calcs, so I believe we've adequately addressed that one. But on top of that, I don't believe that he is actually taking into account the site's presence within the Hamlet mixed use area, which, well, we already know that people will be walking up from any of the residential areas in the area. And so then we would have, there's seating out there to accommodate them on top of the people that would drive there. So I think we've pretty adequately addressed any of the parking concerns. And then he also made mention that there was no landscaping along the Route 22. That's because it's all pretty much asphalt or concrete. There are existing landscaping features, including decorative fencing, pedestrian benches, and others, which we are keeping as is and will not be touching. Other than all of that, that was pretty much the extent of his comments, and I think we've adequately addressed it. I will be providing a more formal response after this meeting. So.
Okay, thank you, Peter. I think too, on this driveway looping around to the back, we weren't really 100% sure why they were thinking that, but my own personal opinion is that would be less safe.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
Yeah, this is Joe Berger. My review on that as the engineer for the town was that the two separate parking lots are fine. They're working fine now. And that the connecting drive does not improve the safety and actually hinders the pedestrian traffic, as Peter mentioned. So I prefer and recommend to the board to keep the layout as proposed and not to alter it.
I agree with Joe. We talked about this in our pre-meeting conference call with Victoria and Val. Yeah, right now we have two parking lots. They're separate for residences and the commercial with separate curb cuts already existing. It really seems to work this way. And again, we also talked about the fact that if you did add a driveway here, you're pushing the mini golf holes further east, you're going to be encroaching into that wetland buffer area, which we're not currently. So DEC would, would probably give us a bunch of comments about that. Plus, it just doesn't work for this deck either, as Peter mentioned. So yeah, we agree with, we agree that it doesn't seem necessary to adjust the site plan to account for those. And also on the gravel area here, where there is landscaping, there is benches, there's planters that are well maintained. There are seasonal plantings that go in those planters. If you were to add any more landscaping to this part, you would probably end up with a sight line issue also, trying to pull out of the driveways.
I agree.
So yeah, and the parking counts, it was based on an industry standard that makes sense. And the existing commercial parking already takes into account, as Peter mentioned, the pavilion and food truck area too. So, and it's not just for people driving in, it's for the neighborhood and businesses, lunch breaks and stuff like that. So all those factored in, I think we could thank the county for the comments, but I don't think we're going to act on those. If the board wants to discuss further, that's fine.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Does anyone on the board have any comments?
I just basically agree with that. That was pretty much my first impression when I read the letter that was received, that it just didn't really make sense. So I think the response is appropriate.
Yeah, I think it's a little hard for them to tell just from the plan,
Mhm.
What's going on with the site. And also maybe we want to give the county a couple of those views from the street that are on like the website, because the landscaping already is quite nice from the street.
Well, it sounds like he actually visited the site because he had
Really?
actual table counts, having just
Yeah.
counted the chairs that were out there. So,
Oh, okay, well,
Which there's more of right now because there's more outdoor seating because of the situation we're in right now also.
Correct.
But it's not
Yeah.
entirely accurate.
does anyone else have any comments? No?
Nope.
So then,
Valerie,
yes,
I was gonna ask that you just confirm for the record that there's no one here to speak and that whether or not we received written comments.
oh, yes, I did have that written down, but I didn't say it yet. We left the public hearing open in between the two meetings. We didn't receive any public comments via email. We didn't have anyone apply to speak in person either last week or this week. So we really feel that we've been, gone over and above on that, and the public didn't have any comments that they wanted to make. So with that, I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Who said that?
Michael.
Michael seconded. Will the secretary poll the members?
Al,
Aye.
Ryan. Ryan,
Aye.
Pete,
I'm gonna have to recuse myself because I'm building the golf course.
okay, Pete. Tamar,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
okay.
Okay, thank you. The hearing is closed.
All right.
Now, we'll go ahead and read into the record the EAF Part 2.
Hang on.
Has
So I
everyone,
prepared the EAF parts 2 and 3 in a negative declaration, standalone format. So I'll pull up the part 2 on my screen. Give me a second.
Pete,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna block you for a little bit.
that's fine.
Have you participated in any other aspects of this review?
I have not.
Okay, just for the record.
he was absent.
Okay, so we'll turn his video back on when we're done with this.
Okay.
All right, give me a second.
Do we still have a quorum? 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, so this is the part 2 of the EAF. If you want to go and read those like we did last time for the last project.
Okay. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulation? No. Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of use of land? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? No. Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? No. Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway? No. Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and fail to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? No. Will the proposed action impact existing public-private water supplies or public-private wastewater treatment utilities? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? No. Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources? For example, wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora, and fauna? No. Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? No. Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? No.
And then we have the part 3, which just refers to the separate neg deck document that I'll pull up next.
Okay, and did you want to highlight anything from that for us, Aaron?
Sure, I'll just, let me pull it up. Oops. So it's similar to the last project on the Route 22 commercial project where it's we go through every point of part 617, each one, and explain why there's no impacts. Similar situation with the timber rattlesnake. We determined that, you know, where this site is compared to where there's known sightings and the history of the use on the site, it's been disturbed for several years. It also included a bowling alley at one point. And the area that where this mini golf is proposed is already kind of prepared to go. Pretty disturbed, so no issues there. It meets the special permit criteria as I think Victoria's resolution will display. There's no historic resource issues. We're just adding to an existing commercial use with adequate parking provided, et cetera. So if folks can read through it if you want, if there's questions or suggested revisions, let me know, but this is pretty much the format of this.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about the negative declaration or the proposed resolution? And everyone had a chance to review it, and if anyone has any questions or comments, please go ahead and raise your hand or speak up. No? Okay, so it looks like it's pretty straightforward. So then the resolution basically is now therefore be it resolved that the planning board adopts a negative declaration for the project, finding that the project as proposed will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts, and that a draft environmental impact statement will not be prepared. Be it further resolved that the planning board makes the following findings pursuant to section 145-63 of the town code. 1, the project complies with all land use district, overlay district, and other specific requirements of the zoning law and other local laws and regulations, and will be consistent with the purposes of the zoning law and the applicable zoning districts. The project is a permitted use in the district. The proposed mini golf use is a permitted use in the district and will complement the existing ice cream and food truck uses at the property. 2, the project will not result in excessive off-premise noise, dust, odors, solid waste, or glare, or create any public or private nuisances. 3, the project will not cause significant traffic congestion, impair pedestrian safety, or overload existing roads. 4, the project will be accessible to fire, police, and other emergency vehicles. The board members have conducted a site walk and observed that the layout is accessible for emergency vehicles. 5, the project will not overload any public water, drainage, or sewer system or any other municipal facility. 6, the project will not materially degrade any watercourse or other natural resource or ecosystem or endanger the water quality of an aquifer. The project has been designed to avoid any disturbance in the wetland adjacent area. 7, the project will be suitable for the property on which it is proposed, considering the property's size, location, topography, vegetation, soil, natural habitat, and hydrology, and its ability to be buffered or screened from neighboring properties and public roads. 8, the project will be subject to such conditions on operation, design, and layout of structures and provision of buffer areas as may be necessary to ensure compatibility with surrounding uses and to protect the natural, historic, and scenic resources of the town. 9, the project will be consistent with the goal of concentrating retail uses in the hamlet that meet the needs of its residents. The proposed mini golf use is consistent with the purposes and character of the hamlet mixed-use district. The project 10, the project will not adversely affect the availability of affordable housing in the town. 11, the project has been designed to comply with applicable site plan criteria. Be it further resolved that the planning board hereby grants the site plan and special use permit approval to the project as depicted on the site plan set and authorizes the chair or her authorized designee to sign the site plan set after compliance with the following condition: payment of all fees and escrow, including the special use permit fee. So I make a motion to approve this resolution. And could we have a second?
Second.
Bill? And will the secretary poll the members?
Val,
Aye.
Ryan,
Aye.
Tamar,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Okay, the project is approved. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Welcome.
See you all for mini golf.
Okay, next on the agenda. Oh, then you can let,
He needs to start it himself. I can't, I could block it, but I can't restart it. Peter, if you can hear us.
oh, so let me text him. So he needs to do what?
Needs to
He
get
just
back in
needs
the
to
Zoom.
start his video and confirm he's back at the
Oh,
meeting.
I see it. I see it there. He's got it under Debbie. Okay, ask to start video. There we go. Okay,
Can you hear me?
yep,
Okay, thank you.
all right. Next on the agenda, we have a request for an extension for Camp Berkshire Youth Pavilion. They've applied for a one-year extension on phase 1 and the youth pavilion. So we have I think most of us were here when we went through this project. We have a resolution, and I will read over has everyone had a chance to take a look at it? Anyone have any questions on it?
No.
Pretty straightforward. Now therefore be it resolved that the planning board hereby grants a one-year extension of site plan approval to March 16th, 2021. I make a motion that we approve this resolution. And could I have a second?
Second.
Tamar, can we poll the members?
Val,
Aye.
Ryan,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Tamar,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Okay, the resolution is approved. Thank you.
Thanks again, everyone. Everyone have a good night.
You
too.
too.
Good night, Peter.
Good night.
Bye.
Next, we have a request for bond return for Wingdale Materials for the wetlands mitigation portion of the project. Joe Berger, the engineer, has reviewed the project, inspected the site, and confirms that everything is done according to specifications, and it's safe to go ahead and release the bond, the balance of the bond. So now therefore be it resolved pursuant to Town Code Section 65-11C. The Town of Dover Planning Board hereby recommends issuance of a certificate of compliance and the subsequent release of the performance guarantees submitted to the town by the applicant. And I'll make a motion to approve this resolution and ask for a second.
Second.
Pete,
Who was that?
I think it was Pete, right?
Yes, it was me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Pete.
Valerie, can we go back to Camp Berkshire for a moment?
Oh. Do,
Morning. On the-
okay. Go ahead. What did you want to say about Camp
Oh,
Berkshire?
well, you finished Wingdale, right?
No,
We
after,
didn't actually vote. Should
Oh,
we
I'm
vote
sorry.
first?
Let's finish voting and then we'll
Okay,
talk.
yes. Could the secretary poll the members?
Al,
Aye.
Ryan,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Tamar,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. The request passes. And then now do we pass this along to the town board
yes.
for their meeting, our certification? Okay. So what was the question on Berkshire?
Oh, I just want to go back. While you guys were talking, it actually should have been March 16th, 2022. They requested the resolution in advance, 6 months in advance of expiration. And I did the math wrong. So I just wanted you to vote on an amended resolution extending it to March 16th, 2022.
Oh, to March 16th, 2022 instead of 2021?
Yeah, they get 18 months from September for expiration.
Oh,
Meet
okay.
Conditions.
So what should the wording still be a 1-year extension?
Yes.
Okay. So I make a motion to reapprove the resolution with the wording, now therefore be it resolved that the planning board hereby grants a 1-year extension of the site plan approval to March 16th, 2022. Can we have a second?
Second.
Bill?
Was
Bill.
So now we'll vote again.
Val,
Aye.
Ryan,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Tamar,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Thank you. I'm really sorry about that.
Okay, that's okay. Thank you. Good catch. So next we have to approve the minutes of the August 3rd, 2020 Planning Board meeting. Did we have any changes or additions? Oh, good job, by the way,
Thank you.
Marilyn. I like the way you highlighted the names of who spoke.
Oh,
It
good.
makes it really easy to follow.
I keep scrolling. Am I going too fast?
Well, I think it's okay. I think everyone already read it probably
Yes.
ahead of the meeting. So I make a motion to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
Second,
Tamar, all those in favor? Will
Val,
I?
Ryan.
Aye.
Well, Ryan wasn't at the last meeting, so he can't approve it. Tamar,
Yes, I can.
yes,
I can
aye.
approve it.
Bill,
Aye. Yes.
Michael,
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Okay,
Okay, the minutes are approved. And now, could we have a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:37 PM? I make a motion. Could we have a second? Henry?
Second.
Henry,
Henry, yep. Second.
okay. Val,
Aye.
Ryan. Ryan. Peter,
Aye.
Tamar,
Aye.
William,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Okay.
Ryan, you still there?
I think he signed off.
Yeah, he's gone. All right.
He's gone.
Okay.
He must have got mad.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
All right. So good job, everyone. 40 minutes.